It's the end of the season, my brain is fried, and I honestly can't think of a quippy intro, so let's just go! Roll that Sweetwater Secrets intro! Here we are, Riverbabes. I'm your host, Leanne Aguilera, but I think you know that by now. And this is the Sweetwater Secrets after show for the Season 2 finale, Chapter 35, Brave New World. Now, although this episode was still great, I will say it was a bit underwhelming compared to that mind-blowing, completely bonkers penultimate episode. Now, I'm still going to be gifting you with my hisses and kisses, plus exclusive interviews from the cast, including behind-the-scenes scoop from Vanessa Morgan and Madeline Petch, talking about some deleted Choni scenes that were apparently too hot to handle. And make sure you keep watching this video till the very end, because I have two big surprises for you, Riverbabes. But first, let's very quickly recap the biggest headlines of the episode in the Blue and Gold breakdown. Now, after initially trying to break our hearts with the scene of Archie, Veronica, and Betty crying over Jughead's grave, Riverdale pulled the old dream sequence twist and revealed that Jughead is A-okay. Woo!
I'm so sorry that I wasn't there for you.
Now, we also got plenty of other good news, like the fact that Fangs is apparently alive, and that the Serpents, although badly beaten and now homeless, are standing together. FP was fired from Pops, thanks a lot, Hiram, and Jug's dad fell off the wagon there a little bit, but after he saw his son risk everything to save the remaining Serpents, FP's faith was restored. He then decided to retire, for real this time, and he named Jughead as the new King of the Serpents.
My boy has never stopped fighting for this crew.
But that's not all. Cheryl was the first new Serpent to slither into a hot new jacket, and Jughead asked Betty a very important question.
Now that I am the Serpent King, I was wondering how you felt about being my queen.
Did you love that? Me too. So here's what Lily Reinhart had to tell me about Betty and her mom embracing their serpent ways in Season 2. I love that Betty and her mom are really kind of embracing their serpent sides. What was your reaction to that?
I mean, I'm all for it. You know, Betty's proud to be with Jug, and you know, she's happy to see her mom kind of owning her serpent heritage and her bad side. And I think everyone kind of wants to see Alice in that way because it's so appealing, because she's so different from that in her daily life. So I don't know, I think fans are really gonna love that. I really love that. I love to see when, you know, Betty kind of works hand in hand with the Serpents, Sweet Pea and Fangs and everybody.
Meanwhile, things with the Black Hood were frustrating, to be honest. Hal was safely locked behind bars, but he still tried his best to get inside Betty's head.
You'll be back, Betty.
And as for that copycat Black Hood who tried to shoot Fred Andrews, yeah, Sheriff What's-His-Name casually explained to Archie that they already caught and killed the other Black Hood, and it turned out to be Tallboy? That's it? That's the big Black Hood reveal that we waited all season for? Say it with me now, lame.
Oh, that is whack.
Lastly, the mayoral race and the quest for student body president were still on. Archie ended up securing the win at Riverdale High, but unfortunately, it was not a double Andrews victory because Fred lost to Hermione. But at least she was gracious about it.
I came to tell Fred that he ran a great campaign.
Veronica used super lawyer McCoy to get her money back from Hiram, and then bought the White Worm, and then traded it to Hiram in exchange for Pop's Diner. The catch? Veronica is now completely cut off from her daddy's wallet.
It's all blood money anyway.
As for Hiram, he now has a new band of uber-goobers who are planning on wreaking havoc in Riverdale, starting with Archie's arrest. Now, if you're confused, I was too. They're talking about that guy from the Core Force cabin getaway who tried to mug them. Andre was actually the one who killed him, but now that Andre is dead, Hiram's trying to pin the death on Archie. Sorry, Red, but you shouldn't have lied and tried to act like you're the one who killed the kid a few episodes ago.
When some hillbilly threatened Mr. Lodge's daughter at his safe house, I took care of him too.
Okay. Now, let's turn our attention to our final 7 seconds in heaven of the season. Veronica and Archie had their end of the season rendezvous a few episodes back, but we are still treated to a little Varchi PDA. Meanwhile, Betty and Jughead gifted fans with a sultry scene in bed at the 5 Seasons. Were you Bughead fans completely freaking out over that scene? Well then, I have good news for you. Stick with me to the end of this video for an awesomely special surprise. As for the other romances in Riverdale, who else was picking up on some lingering vibes between Fred and Hermione? Now, as for Choni, I totally loved the fact that Cheryl is now officially a serpent, but I was wildly disappointed that Cheryl and Tony didn't share more swoon-worthy scenes together. They were supposed to, so I did a little digging, and here's what Madeline Petch and Vanessa Morgan had to tell me about some deleted Choni scenes. I had Madeline in here a few weeks ago, and we were talking about the fact that Cheryl is going to become a serpent, and she had mentioned that Tony is living with Cheryl and Nana Rose in Thistle House.
I think as far as it's planned, her and Tony will be living with Nana Rose still. I know.
But we didn't end up seeing that in the finale. Was
Yeah,
there a moment that was cut from the script?
Well, the moment that was cut from the episode was, you know, me just showing up to her house, like me pulling up on my motorcycle, of course. And I went up to the door and I have my bag and I just like smile at her and she's like, welcome home.
When they were like, oh, Tony's moving in with Cheryl, I was like, yes!
But, you know, we didn't end up keeping it. I think that's a great idea. I think that, you know, that gives us season 3 to further explore a relationship instead of getting super serious, moving in together. You know, that can maybe lead to bad things. We're such a new couple.
I wish you could have read the original script. It was... It was a little...
Which original script?
For the end episode.
Okay.
There's some fun stuff in there.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Rare.
Rare.
But I was surprised that in the finale we didn't have as many Choni smooches that I was anticipating.
I know, it was written in, but a lot of things didn't make it. I really think we're saving all the Choni for season 3. I really do. That's what I've been told anyways.
It's the only way I can describe it.
Season 3.
See, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Sounds like fun.
Now let's turn our attention to my hisses and kisses for the finale. Hisses to the new sheriff. I don't like you, so I'm not even gonna bother learning your name. But hisses to the fact that apparently the second Black Hood was Tallboy. We didn't even get to see him. Like I said last week, no body, no believin'. Hisses to Hiram for sinking so low that he had to have a teenager arrested in order to feel like a man. In fact, hisses to all of Hiram's little minions in the White Worm. Disney villains are scarier than this pathetic little bunch.
That's right.
Hisses to Polly for wanting to forgive Hal and for hiding something up her little hippie sleeves. I don't know who you want to bring to town from the farm, girl, but something tells me you don't have Alice's best interests at heart. She's been through enough. Leave her alone. Hisses to the fact that at this point, it's like they've drained all the power from Hermione. What happened to the boss lady who hired the fake FBI agent? What happened to being the one who was really pulling the strings? I'm glad that she tipped off Veronica, but come on, hashtag free Hermione. Hisses to that super mean dream sequence with Betty crying at Jughead's grave. But on the flip side, kisses to the fact that Jughead's alive. Also, I'm not really sure how much time passed in this episode, but his bruises healed very quickly.
Actually, I'm not even mad. That's amazing.
Kisses to FP for passing the serpent crown over to his son. To Jughead for ushering in a new coil of snakes. Psst, a coil is what you call a group of snakes. Science. And kisses to the fact that Betty is getting what she's been searching for all season. You're gonna look gorge in that leather jacket, girl. Oh, and kisses to Betty for standing up to her father and showing him that his darkness is not going to infect her life. Kisses to Veronica for standing by the Andrews family and for giving us a new nightclub set to look forward to in season 3.
I want to reopen that speakeasy.
Kisses to Josie for making a triumphant turn. We missed you, girl, but we're sorry that your song got cut short. And kisses to Kevin and Moose for finally locking lips. Now, I'm not gonna lie, the timing was a little bizarre. He was just crying about Midge. I don't know, but at least Kevin's finally getting some lovin'. And lastly, kisses to Cheryl for putting her own blossom twist on her serpent jacket. And here's the surprising answer Madeline Petch told me when I asked her about Cheryl's new family. When you read that Cheryl was going to be joining the Serpents, what was your reaction?
Apprehensive.
Okay.
I was definitely apprehensive. I don't want Cheryl to lose her own identity. But I had some talks about it, and she's definitely not going to lose her identity. And then I was overall really excited. I mean, the red leather jacket is like the coolest thing ever.
Now, I need to know, is that okay that she shook up the colors a little bit?
We won't let it stick.
I don't think it's gonna stick, but I mean, I'm letting my girl have her moment. We're just like letting it happen. It's like a little special.
Yeah.
It's like, it's her little ceremony.
Her ceremony.
But, it's not gonna stick because she's not gonna want to stand out. She's gonna want to blend in with the group, She's a new member.
And I think it might end up becoming more of a family for her, which she needs.
She really does.
So in hopes that's where it goes. Obviously I have no idea what's gonna happen in season 3 yet, but I'm excited for her to have like a community and a home base and a group of people who support her, which is what I think it is.
And that's it, Riverbabes! Woo! All right, that was the finale. We should be over, right? Wrong! In fact, I have 2 surprises for you. Now, the first is that we're gonna have one final massive episode of Sweetwater Secrets coming next week that's going to be a season 2 wrap-up of Hisses and Kisses from me, from you, and from the entire Riverdale cast. It's going to be so much fun. So head on down to the comments and tell me your top hisses and kisses for the entire of season 2, not just this episode. And the second and most exciting surprise I have for you is I have a very special announcement. I'm launching a brand new series on ET's YouTube channel for the summer called Shipworthy, the only show devoted to celebrating the best relationships on TV. Now, in each episode of Shipworthy, I'm going to focus on one of my favorite TV couples, and the premiere episode is all about Betty and Jughead. And guess what? It's already live, so click somewhere, and I've got exclusive interviews with Lily and Cole that you've never seen before, plus a fun new segment called Naughty or Nice, where I fangirl over the best moments of their relationship. So please check out Shipworthy this summer and give that video a like, and then you can shout out in the comments which other TV couples you'd like me to feature on a future episode. Now, I'll see you next week for our final episode of Sweetwater Secrets. Kisses to you, Riverbabes.